For a limited time, $1 gets you full access to all the automotive industry news and content CBTNews.com has to offer. CBT News. Subscribe today. Welcome to CBT News with Bridget Fitzpatrick.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's Chris Riggins with today's top stories.
Thanks, Bridget. Starting off our coverage, Toyota's EVs see more trade-ins than any other brand, according to a new study posted by CarMax. Researchers found that the automaker's products accounted for 12% of all electric car trade-ins between September 2022 and February 2023, followed by Ford, BMW, and Honda. Prius owners were especially likely to turn in their used hybrids, with many choosing the all-electric Nissan Leaf as a replacement. At present, Toyota only has 3 EVs for sale, although it plans to launch 10 more by 2026. Up next, J.D. Power has discovered that high auto insurance premiums are forcing more customers to shop for cheaper providers. According to the firm's data, insurance cost had ballooned 14.5% by February, with many customers reporting rate hikes of more than 20%. By March, more car owners were comparing policies than at any point since June 2021, even though customer satisfaction scores remain unchanged from last year. Out of the largest providers, State Farm continued to rank the highest in customer satisfaction for the third year in a row, followed by Liberty Mutual. The Biden administration is considering a delay to a new EPA rule under mounting pressure from the Republican Party. The new policy would alter the U.S. renewable fuel standard to allow electric car makers to earn credits for charging vehicles with power from biofuel. While the EPA has yet to finish drafting its recommendations, GOP representatives in the House's Energy and Commerce Committee say the rule would undermine the intention of current laws, which focus solely on making fuel consumption more sustainable. For now, the rules are set to be introduced in June as originally planned. And wrapping up our coverage, the Federal Reserve is poised to raise interest rates yet again in response to rising inflation. This would be the nation's 10th rate adjustment since early 2022 and follows a series of bank closures which culminated in the government's weekend seizure of the failing First Republic institution. Although Fed Chair Jerome Powell may suggest freezing rates, analysts warn more hikes are still possible. Fed leaders are set to meet today to discuss their disinflationary options and could announce their decisions as early as Wednesday. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next is Don Hall, President and CEO of the Virginia Auto Dealers Association. We'll be right back.
I'm Jonathan Dawson. Here on CBT News, you can catch the exclusive show, Mind Your Own Business, where we talk about the psychology of sales, marketing, management, leadership, recruiting, training, development. If you want to mind your own business, watch here on CBT News.
Delivering the news dealers count on for 10 years. Subscribe today and join thousands of other automotive professionals. CBT News, 10 years strong.
Don Hall, the president and CEO of the Virginia Automobile Dealers Association, is one of retail automotive's most recognized thought leaders. On this episode of Inside Automotive, he joins us once again in studio to talk about the changes facing the industry today and how dealers can make a difference. Check it out.
Last time you were in, we talked about EVs and what it's going to mean to the industry. This time I want to talk about the franchise model that seems to be under attack. A lot of dealer groups are talking about it. A lot of associations are discussing it. We see a little bit more of an input now, or I should say a push by the OEMs to play a larger role in the sales process of the car, not just in building the vehicle. Ford came out, as you know, last year and said, hey, we want to, you have to adhere to 5 different pillars and requirements here in order to sell our EVs. And one of them is setting the one price across the board. The other one is allowing people to buy online, things of that nature. And we want to play more of a role. We see Mercedes-Benz maybe testing an agency relationship, much the way they do in their European stores. So I know this is a very loaded question, but let's take it from there. The franchise system is under attack. What do you say about that?
Well, Jim, let me back up for a brief moment and say something to you. I had the privilege of being in an industry that I love with all my heart. I left as a young banker in 1979 to join the auto industry, and I love this business. I know the potential, I know how we can deal in tough times and how we do in good times.
Yeah.
And what I've seen over the years is our manufacturing partners, and without them, we don't exist, and without us, they don't exist.
That's right.
They don't believe that because of Tesla, but the fact is, they don't exist without us.
Right.
And what's happened is they are making this big grab to want to have more and more control over the dealers. And the problem is that dealers get caught up, and rightfully so. We've had great 2 years, Don. We're selling a great month this month. Everything is great. This is a lovely, great career and world we live in. Pay attention, dealers.
Right.
Your franchise system is under attack.
Yeah.
It is global. It is not just the United States. It's not just in your state. It is international.
Yeah.
The manufacturers have made the decision they want to get more in your pockets. Now, I recently had a very long chat with a peer of mine in the EU, and I will assure you that the agency model in the EU is alive and well. And I can sum it up in a pretty easy sentence at the end of the day. It's all about one thing only. The OEMs taking money out of your pocket, and they're going to dive deep when they do it because they want control. And what they really want is the money you're making.
Yeah.
Because they get your financial statements every month.
That's right.
They know what you're making, and they want that because in their world, what you do is easy as far as they're concerned.
That's right.
And so you must protect your states. You must have franchise laws in place and be prepared to go to court to litigate.
All right, be sure to watch this interview in its entirety right here at cbtnews.com. That wraps up our show for today, but we invite you to join us back here again tomorrow morning for all the latest news and trends impacting the retail automotive industry. And be sure to follow us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content. Join the #1 most watched newscast in the automotive industry. CBT News. Subscribe today.